discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G. Vitamin G. Got what you need.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G, got what you need. Vitamin G, got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin G. Discussing that heat in the street, and we got just what you need on Vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone. I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G, got what you need. Vitamin G, got
All
what you need.
alone.
Vitamin G. Ay. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G. Vitamin G. Got what you need.
I'm on the outside
Got what you
looking
need.
in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G. Got what you need. Vitamin G. Got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin G. Discussing that heat in the street, and we got just what you need on Vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. all what you need. A dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
But the results.
Final round. I already know how I'm coming, man. Try run the town. Tell no duck when they hear that sound. How they gon' come up now? Heavy as the head that'll wear that crown. I'm going pound for pound. And if it's about smoke, then we tote all of that. From an ounce to a pound. Check it, they biting this now. Cause my drip right up the seat. How could they be? Give me a couple of rounds. Cause I'm a beast when I'm on vitamin G. You see they start crumbling now. Mind struck, start mumbling now. Get the gist, I ain't reaching for cloud. Plot twist, I'm the one with the keys. Clock blitz, know they look how I freeze. Different continents, I be torn. We living life, making yours look boring. See, we win at the end, it's a spoiler warning. Cause I keep heating up, I might blow the whole planet. They calling me toxic like global warming. But they keep tuning in once again and again. I'm the one at the top, just to form a warning. Truly, I'm De Niro when it come to movies. Get De Niro, entertain the groupies. Habanero if you come pursue me. But I hop on the game, too busy rolled up whenever my girl getting moody. Link up with the gang, we all go insane. Catching them doors on the duty. On the stick, see I'm locked in. Bought a box, I was like 10. Back then, used to box, nowadays they ain't throwing hands. Mama said we got more advanced. One thing about me, I adapt, bought a Glock fin. Keep me safe from the block in. The game kept me off the block. Ain't got flex about looting my Ruger. I can shit on you with my computer. See my graphics card costs more than your damn job can afford to pay you. And my monitor, big as hell, detail, so I can see when I spray you. Then reload the clip and record the clip. It's go all say to that SSD. Know a whole lot of trill game heads like me wanna see tuned into that VGP. Take over the west and the east, and we got just what you need on vitamin G.
I'm saying in Baltimore, COVID sent the fireworks industry on fire.
We are here.
Oh, so we didn't go anywhere though.
True. What's going on,
was 6 months.
everybody? It's your boy FC Violent back again with another weekly dose of that Vitamin G Gaming Podcast. You already know what it is, man. I'm hoping you guys had a great weekend. Happy 4th for those who celebrate that. Happy Canadians Day last week. And for those who don't celebrate it, you know what I mean? You as well, man. I hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. First, let's introduce the panel. What's going on, my guy, Dante Crisis? What you been up to, my G?
Not much. Playing some Rocket League today with the community. That was a lot of fun. Got a highlighted video. I dubbed it the Scorpion goal because I got yeeted into the goal in Rocket League, but used the plunger that drags the ball towards where you are.
Yeah.
And I grabbed it and pulled it into the goal with me. So I've dubbed it the Scorpion goal. Aside from that, I finished Saints Row the Third Remastered and Rage over the weekend, and played and completed a co-op game of Biohazard Battle, a Sega Genesis / Mega Drive game, it's a lot of fun, interesting design, but it's one of those bullet hell games where it is not helped by the amount of slowdown that's in it.
Nice.
Aside from that, we've been playing some. Finished Nier Automata, and I can say with confidence that of all the Platinum Games that I have played, and I think it's, kind of on topic for what we were talking about last week. It is their magnum opus. It is the best Platinum, like, as an overall package, like story, combat, characters, emotions, everything. It is the best Platinum games. It is the magnum opus of Platinum games. Nice. I also finished Mass Effect 1 from the Legendary Collection last week as well, and now I'm moving on to Mass Effect 2 this week. And still playing Dark Souls 2. I'm still suffering. I'm going through the DLC, and my god, my balls hurt from how much they're being kicked. And aside from that, just playing Pokemon Yellow as well. Oh, fuck, right, yeah, I'm playing Pokemon Yellow today. Oh, that's not good. No. I need to get my gains on. I need to go to the gym. I need to raise my level, my man.
Yeah, man, that's a lot of soy going on there, man. But that's what's up, though. That's what's up. My God, Pharaoh, man, welcome back from your long ass vacation, my G, over there in the islands, island hopping. What's going on with you, man?
Not much. Exhausted from all this travel. Glad to be back. Quiet in the VGP chat today, so I think it's going to be a lot of violence in the show. I've been playing Scarlet Nexus since I got back. I did a little bit of Final Fantasy VII Remake with updates and Dragon Quest.
Nice. Still haven't beaten it, huh?
No, I'm doing all the side quests. I'm like 30 side quests down. I got 34 more to go. I waited till like damn near the end to do them, so should have done them while I was playing.
Yeah, okay. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. My guy, Reg, what's going on with you, my G?
What is going on, people? Nothing much. Enjoyed the holiday, so I've not played a lot of games. Although I started Persona 5.
Original or Royal?
Original. It's free on PlayStation, or was?
I think
it is free. It's in the PlayStation Collection. Royal isn't, but Persona 5 regular is in the collection.
Yeah.
It's good to start. It's good to start with the original anyway.
Really? I was told to go with. I guess if you're gonna play it, get the Royal versions because of quality of life.
No, here's the thing. If you can get 5 for cheap, it's better to play 5 first and then Royal, because 5. There are some differences with 5 that will prepare you for Royal, because 5 is actually more harder. Like, funny enough, the best way to describe it, 5 is actually more difficult because a lot of quality of life improvements kind of made Persona 5 Royal easier.
Really?
I think Kofi could agree with that.
I don't know, because I downloaded Royal as well, but I'm like, if you had to pick is there major differences? The story's not different, right?
No, the story is different.
There
is an entire 4th semester that is different. Like, you need to do certain parameters to be able to unlock the 4th semester. Is it the 3rd or 4th semester? I think it's the 4th, isn't it?
3rd.
They added another semester in Royal.
Yeah. Okay, so there's extra content in Royal. That's what I mean. I'd probably.
Yeah. It has extra content, but it is an entire section. You need to do stuff during the original game to be able to unlock it.
Yeah,
and like I said, you can miss it, and there are certain things that they've changed, like Morgana no longer bugging you to go to bed, which makes the game a lot easier than the original.
Facts.
So I'm enjoying it so far. I'm not very far into it. Just kind of getting through everything, and I haven't got a chance to play yet. I downloaded Kazuya for or did I download? I thought I downloaded.
For Smash.
I was a little drunk when I did it, so I might not have done it. So I need to look and see. But because apparently level 9 Kazuya is a beast.
That's what I heard.
And I was like, I'm really excited for that because when Smash first dropped, and I think they low key nerfed it without telling anybody. But when Smash first dropped, all the level 9 CPUs were like incredibly difficult. And they're no longer that difficult anymore. So I like the idea that Kazuya is still maybe a callback to the early days of this Smash competition. So I'm looking forward to trying him out and see how he plays. I'm interested. Other than that, played a little bit of Fighter Z because I will be returning to Jubei. I will get a W on him. So like, be prepared. Just because you win, just like Goku, just because you beat me once doesn't mean you're not going to take the ultimate L. So just be prepared for that.
I'm ready and waiting, bro.
The gauntlet has been thrown.
There it is, man. There it is. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. My guy. Omar, what's going on with you, dude? What you been up to, man? How's your weekend? Yo, this guy tells me to go on Discord and he ain't got his shit set up.
He's dead, Jim.
I think he stepped away for a second.
Oh, well, I don't even see a message. All right, we'll go back to Omar. What's going on with you, Jubei?
I am here.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear. What's up, man?
Go ahead, bro.
Okay. Yeah. I bought Immortal Phoenix Rising.
Okay.
And sorry?
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, go ahead. What did you say?
Oh, I was just surprised that you got it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so I actually bought it for around 30 euro. I actually thought for 18, and then I needed to pay almost the half extra for shipping and handling and stuff like that. So it was a whole mess, but I bought it. And I'm planning on buying the DLC for it, which is a season pass that nets me 3 DLC for the price of 20 euros, something I'm very looking forward to. Combat, like, I like games like this, but at the same time you can clearly see it needs a lot of improvement. Like, for example, I'm a tiny girl and I'm fighting a large enemy. The hitboxes, it's like they didn't program it well where the enemy would actually try to hit me. It's like it's literally hitting above me or way below me to the point where I can't parry, I can't dodge, but it's meaningless. Other than that, yeah. At the start of the game, I locked in because I went and explored, and I found myself a level 3 mount, which is basically the best mount in the game. One of the best. And other than that, yeah. I killed the first 2 bosses without any upgrades, so I'm proud of that. It's all about dodging and parrying at the right time.
Nice.
As for the story, it's comical. It's like gods, some evil monster awakened from his slumber and he destroyed all the gods, and you're a miserable rookie trying to take on this monster. It's very interesting. Yeah, a lot of cosmetic. None of them is like pay to win or anything, but shit ton of cosmetic. And yeah, that's it.
Nice. I'm surprised you didn't. Play Scarlet Nexus, or did you already beat it?
I am going to buy Scarlet Nexus. I was on the offense. I was not sure about it because I played the demo, and I felt it lacked a little bit in the combo variety. So I asked a friend of mine who actually owns the game, and he told me no, it gets a lot better. So after this game, I'm gonna get either Scarlet Nexus or East 9. Like, I have so many games to catch up. East 9, yeah, I skipped on East 9 because you said that the PlayStation 4 version was not performing well. So I waited.
That's true.
So I waited on the PlayStation for my PlayStation 5 to arrive. By the time I got one, I played almost all the other games that I had to catch up with. The Returnal game and the Ratchet game, and now here I am.
Nice. That's what's up, man. I see a lot of praise with Scarlet Nexus, which I'm planning.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick it up.
Yeah,
I am totally into anime, so this is right up in my alley.
Hell, even Kid Smooth beat it, man. His first anime game he beat, so that obviously it means something.
Yeah, I've seen it.
JRPG.
Yeah. So that's something.
This is more of an action RPG than JRPG.
Yeah, well, I mean, it looks good, but I kind of want to go back and play the Code Vein just because it reminds me of it, and I never I have it downloaded, never played it, so definitely want to try that out. But that's what's up, man. Jube, what's going on, Ju, my G?
Hey, what's up, everybody? I've been playing a lot of One's Justice lately. Just trying to 100% that first game so I can move on to the second game.
Okay,
Yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it.
that's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. Last but not least, my guy, creative Kofi. What's going on, Ju, bro? What you been up to?
What's going on, guys? I don't quite a few things. I don't even remember. I think I already talked about finishing Intergrade and finishing SMT, all that stuff. So I've been doing a lot of Gran Turismo, really trying to get I'm basically in the lab trying to beat this Lewis Hamilton DLC again. He's like a very famous F1 driver
Yes,
who
sir.
put some lap times.
He the king
10
right
track.
now, man. The king.
Yeah. So it's interesting to get his diamond times. It's not. I'm not gonna lie. It's a challenge. So I'm definitely working that. What else? Oh yeah. So Nayuta no Kiseki arrived in the mail, and I have been playing that again. It's the game that's called basically Trails of Nayuta, but it plays like an East game. And god dang, the game is so good. You know, it's a PSP game from 2011, remastered, and the remaster is good. It's not like Shin Megami Tensei. And man, it's just really good. Like the story beats are really strong, and it's cool to see certain mechanics in this old PSP game that a lot of the new Trails games don't do. For example, something very basic, different armors and weapons that Nayuta, the main character, wears, you actually see in cutscenes everywhere. And while that might not sound like really fantastic, it is for Falcom, and it's surprising that this 10-year-old game those mechanics aren't in their new games. So just little pieces of detail that I really enjoy from that. Outside of that, I've been back on the visual novel scene playing Umineko. Umineko, I don't know if I ever talked about it. It's basically like 6 massive chapters about this, like, I don't want to spoil too much, but it's basically this family that goes to this island on vacation and some crazy ish goes down. Throughout the 6 chapters, I'm already in chapter 2. These are pretty long chapters. Like I definitely took I don't know, maybe 15 hours just to get through the first chapter. So that's been what I can read kind of on my phone doing remote play stuff.
Nice, man.
But just those 2. Oh, one last thing I'll say, shout out to Reggie. So AI, the Somnium Files, which is under the same creator that Reggie and I are a big fan of, the visual novel scene, 999, Virtue's Last Reward, Zero Time Dilemma. He had created a game that came out 2 years ago called AI, the Somnium Files, which is like a detective story. I haven't played it, I own it, but now we know that the sequel was just announced. It's officially coming out next year, so the internet was freaking out over that. So now I have to go play this game. I can't believe I haven't touched it. Reggie, I don't think you've touched it either, right? So you played the demo. Do you remember playing the demo at my house?
Yes, actually. So I
That's
enjoyed
the game.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget. Yeah, and so when does the sequel drop?
It drops March. We don't even know. It's just early 2022.
I should be like you and probably get around to playing it.
Yeah, and it's on sale. It's $20 right now.
That might be a cop.
Yeah.
That's what's up,
about
man.
it.
That's what's up, man. I got a lot of gaming going on. For me, though, real quick, for those that don't know, finally got my consoles. Salute to Jubei for the PS5, and I got the Series X. So I've been gaming. Well, I haven't really been on the Xbox yet, cause I try to do one at a time. I mean, I'm about to beat Ratchet. I'm on the last boss, so excited. Good gaming. Can't complain. And I'll probably do my own review of that on my channel at a later date. But as of just short, I'm enjoying it. It's actually it's a quality game, man. And more games need to be video games, if that makes any sense. It's not. It doesn't take itself too serious. It knows it's a game, and the platforming is okay. I mean, I played other games that had better platforming, but for games of that ilk, there's not too many platformers nowadays. You know what I mean? All the mascot guys have been kind of forgotten, and Ratchet's still here. So for those who like old school platformers or just platformers in general, with quirky stories and stuff, definitely try out Ratchet. And the guys that have been hating on Banjo as well, for those, especially on the Xbox scene, no, shame on you, because there's still a place for games like this, and Ratchet proves it. So anyway, let's move on to the actual topic, I want to say salute to the chat. First, what's going on, everybody? Let's see. Amadius Helsing, salute to you. Lakers Rams, what's going on, bro? Dragonheart Yobi, my guy, #1 supporter, man. I appreciate you coming through and checking out the show each and every time. And for those who are listening, make sure you guys karate chop that like button, subscribe if you are new, and share this out to gamers everywhere. So I'm gonna get straight to the first topic. We're supposed to have a guest, but unfortunately he couldn't make it. And I'm hopefully my PlayStation brothers could just step in and get a, I will say, a non-biased viewpoint. We'll see how long that lasts. What's going on, Michael? What's up, Michael? I'm gonna keep it moving from
Michael Rexecutioner.
Thank you, sir.
Rexecutioner.
Thank you. Damn, I just had it too. I don't know where it went. So, for those who don't know, I think this happened last week, and I had the post, and I don't even know where it is. God damn it. It's in reference to an indie developer. It's actually a slew of indie developers, a couple of them. Basically, at first they were like Platform X, and they just had their grievances. And I don't want to talk about the whole promoting of games, because all companies do that. And one of the things that I saw on there that piqued my interest is when the developer was like, on this platform, i.e. what we allude to is PlayStation, he cannot discount his own games. The other platforms he can discount, but for PlayStation, he basically, PlayStation is the ones who has full control of whether or not your game can be discounted, or any type of deals that go with your game. And that was just one point of many that he made, and then like it caused an upstir in Twitter as usual. And I want to get some opinions from the panel, see what your thoughts on this. And I'm gonna go to the PlayStation guys first. Let me go to Kofi. Kofi, did you see that post with the indie developer? I'm trying to find it.
So I did read some of the high level points, or more of the basic stuff.
He made about 8 points, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I know he had a pretty long series of posts, and then other developers seem to have commented on it without tagging or mentioning. Right, you kind of had to just catch it, and or somebody else would have tagged them. I didn't do a whole ton of research on like even further context on this person's specific disappointment. Like what I did see was that, if I'm getting this correct, he had already released certain games on other platforms, and his sales on other platforms are pretty healthy. But on PlayStation, they struggle because he doesn't have control like he is describing. And I want to know more, because I try to take, at least some sort of like a contextual comment. But if you really have no like reasonable way to market your game, to put your game on sale, that is archaic thinking for PlayStation. I like, there are certain games I've always looked at on the store, and I'm like, why is that game never on sale? Why is it never on sale? I'll give a really good example of a game I literally never saw on sale. Nex Machina. Never saw it on sale. Maybe I missed it, but for several years.
Nex Machina was almost a few months ago on sale.
It was on sale like up until last week, but that was after Returnal came out, right? Like literally all these years. The game came out 2017. I never saw it on sale. It never went into any of the services, which is interesting considering Housemarque's closeness, and how like Super Stardust HD and I don't know, Dead Nation was on PlayStation Plus, and Alien Nation isn't them. I'm sorry, but there's all the other the catalog. Matterfall's gone on sale multiple times. So it's just. It makes me think, was that something that wasn't under their control? And I'm sure there are other veteran developers that probably are frustrated by that. But I guess I don't have any sort of... I want to be more outraged about details that I can find out about his specific issue. And I just don't know enough on that. So I apologize.
Yeah, here you go. I got the third right here.
You can, but I'm looking for something that is even more specific than what he might be mentioning. Like somebody
very specific.
Yeah,
that's great. Like I want to know his experience, but I want to know like what's the greater picture outside of what his experience might state, because I'm not going to take that as fact, right? But I want to hear.
You take it as fact when when there's like 10, 15 other developers who corroborate what he's saying. Like it's not like it's just his personal gripe. They're like, no, this is like he's right in what he's saying. So it's not like he's just one guy on an island by himself. No,
I agree.
There's a lot of developers like standing there with him saying like, no, this stuff is true.
I just want to add a little bit. I was going to add a little bit of context, and I'm going to go to Pharaoh because it seems like he read up on this. So this is the guy. The guy's name's Ian Garner. He doesn't say PlayStation again. We're the ones saying it, but he says Platform X, right? Gives developers no ability to manage their games in order to get promotion. You must jump through hoops, beg, and plead for any level of promotion, and a blog is not as good as they think it is. It says basically if Platform X doesn't like your game, no fanfare, no feature, no love. Then he goes into more stuff. He's like the wish list has no effect. And your personal marketing means nothing to Platform X. And then I'll read a couple more here. It says so before you launch a game, actually let me see. So this is what I was talking about. By the way, you cannot even do a launch discount without their approval, and it is very limited. That's right. You can't do that one thing that every other platform does, meaning the Platform X owners will always get the worst deal. Now, that is what strikes me as like, okay, that is an issue for me as a consumer of Platform X, where I'd like, okay, I'm getting the worst deal because it seems like PlayStation is the ones who are limiting this developer from giving me a good deal. And I'm gonna go to Pharaoh, but I just saw a lot of like backlash with this guy, and I think Kotaku took out an article about the storefront or promotion, which is I'm like, why are they talking about like Xbox does that, but they're missing the key elements of what he's talking about here, which that statement there should have been displayed, in my opinion.
Help the dude in the dark over here. How are we 100% certain this is PlayStation?
That's what I said. That's
because
we are assuming.
He starts off by saying that Platform X does not have Game Pass. He starts off by saying that, and then somewhere else he highlights that it's not Nintendo either.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the original part.
And then he talks about how Steam lets him do this. Or
if you read the thread,
that leaves us with two. That leaves us with like I would say. That leaves us with like a handful of platforms. Then could be either Epic Store, it could be Origin Store, it could be Stadia, or it could be PlayStation.
He said
he went through process.
You know what the fun part is?
Of elimination.
He definitely did process of elimination.
And through that process of elimination that you're saying, I'm telling you, those are the 4 platforms then that we've got to think about. Because, like I said, Epic Store, if you're saying that the criteria he's using is that he doesn't have Game Pass, it's not Nintendo, and it isn't Steam.
Dante, here, let me read what, he says, I'll read the original, right? So, I am mad enough to burn some bridges because, honestly, what's the point of a bridge?
Yeah,
hold on. Let me read. Hold on. Hey, stop. Omar. Let me finish. I got to lay it out because Dante, process elimination, right? He says, I'm mad enough to burn some bridges because, honestly, what's the point of a bridge that I'm not allowed to cross? So here's the third about Platform X. I will not be defining Platform X, but it's the operator of a very successful console and does not have Game Pass, so it's not Xbox. Okay, hold on. And then the last part I want to read.
No, that's fine. You said console, like it can't be Stadia. I mean, it still technically could be Stadia because they do sell a box, but like I wouldn't say that Stadia is successful.
Right.
But if he said console that doesn't have Game Pass, and he's specifically using the term console, not streaming service, then the only one, and he said that it isn't Nintendo, then no, process of elimination, because nobody said the word console when we was going through it. Pharaoh and you didn't say console until just then.
I wanted to go back.
I said a console that doesn't have Game Pass.
I want to say something about.
You said a platform that didn't have Game Pass.
Yeah, because he uses the word. Hold on, one last thing, and then the last thing. I mean, like I said, he goes on, but it says in conclusion, Platform X is super successful and awesome hardware, PlayStation, basically. Yeah. But their back end and process, if straight out of the early 2000s. I have no idea how to succeed on this platform, and they won't tell me. Even if I do succeed, they may screw me anyway. And it's been retweeted. Other developers is like, this sounds familiar. These are other developers who make games, indie games. So now let's get some discussion and then hopefully try to form an actual valid argument.
Again,
let's get the
I
defense
wanna-
lawyer in here. Omar, you're up.
Yeah, I was gonna go ahead, Omar.
I wanna,
Defense Force, let's
I
go.
wanna say this. It's laughable that he said, "I don't want to burn bridges," and I
No,
don't
he said I
care.
am gonna burn bridges.
I
He
am
said
gonna burn bridges, yet proceed not to say who it is. It's
Because
like,
he's
you wanna
most likely contractually
It's
obligated.
legally, man. It's legal. you can't say the
come
actual
on,
platform.
if it's genuine legal, he just literally by process of elimination,
And that's
everyone
what
came to
we
the
call
conclusion who it
legalese.
is.
Yeah.
That's what we call legalese. It is a form of word foo that allows you to get around the law and make your point without directly incriminating yourself.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure since he has a game on said platform, there's some kind of NDA like in the user agreement that says, "Hey, you can't badmouth us." Like, it's like mixed in there with that shit where we have to scroll through and press A. There's a bunch of shit in there that I'm pretty sure they would also put into their contract. So he can't name them, but he can reference the situation, and he's not breaking NDA because he's not saying.
Yeah, he didn't say it. If
such
other
and
people
such
figure it out, that's on them, basically. But all right, so Kofi, I don't want to go back to Farrell, but Kofi, you were still on the lines of like, I don't know, like, so from getting you a little bit more information and that thread that I guess I'll post in the chat. What's your take of that, especially that comment where I said that you will always get the worst deal because of this as a consumer.
Yeah. And there was another point I wanted to make on top of that. That definitely, I see the flow of how sales work in two different regions very frequently. Omar, you probably do very much the same, right? You do your home region, and then you're probably looking on the U.S.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I do both. Yeah.
And because obviously PlayStation's based in Japan, I'm highly aware of many independent developers that often don't get good sales on the PlayStation Store over in Japan. Like, it'll usually be developers that, even if they aren't popular, they'll have a name for themselves. But very much like the indie scene, something that PlayStation has kind of been in and out, and I'm talking specifically for Japan, has been limited, in my opinion, from what I've seen. So I think that their seasonal sales could probably benefit from allowing developers to just say, hey, my game is on sale right now. There used to be a lot of like legacy games that would go on sale when the legacy store was still available and multiple access points, like, the web store, PlayStation 3 or something like that. But like new indie games, not nearly as much. I mean, like maybe some of like the minis. I don't know if you guys remember minis from like PlayStation Vita, but there seems to be some sort of gap in that area. So that is disappointing to hear. The other part, I'm forgetting it because you guys were bringing it up. Oh, I want to see more about this particular developer's release history, and then other developers who have had a similar issue in the West or not in Japan, and they can't get their game promoted over here. Because there are a couple of games I've always wondered, will they ever come to the PlayStation ecosystem? Are they running into the same issues where they don't want to go through the
problem number
challenge
2
of publishing over there?
That's a problem number 2.
Like, for example,
overlooking.
One game I love on Steam. Steam is like a great location to have your indie game.
Yeah,
but is that Metroidvania game, Record of Lodoss War, Deedlit in Wonderland. And that game was in beta for a long time, and I guess there's an advantage on that, on non-consoles. But I feel like that's a game that could be ported to console and make quite a bit of money. Are they just having to front up too much money to advertise their game? Or, we were talking about this idea that in order to advertise, you got to pay that check, which is standard. We know that, but I don't know. It just seems like there are so many other independent developers that could take advantage of the market reach of these consoles, and it's not happening. And there should be some sort of connection that you'd find doing research. I just have not done that.
FC, send me this dude's name. I'll do the due diligence here.
Oh, damn it! All right, I gotta look again. Sorry.
Well,
I look for that.
Ian or Leon Garner.
Yeah.
You did say Ian, right?
Yeah, it's Ian Garner.
I don't know if it's Ian Garner.
Yeah.
Ian Garner.
And there's a one dude, I forgot his name, and he was the Iron Lords interviewed him too, a black developer, man. He also commented.
Yeah, about him.
Dude,
I know. He created a game called. He
I'm not sure
called
what game, but I know he has a book, the Everborn
Ariel
Saga. I know
Knight?
he has developed a game too.
Ariel Knight something about him. He
Descendants
said
developer as
that
well.
yeah, so he said that people told him, and this is him saying people told him. So this is not him doing it himself. He said people came to him and told him that they couldn't find his game. Yet a guy by the name of Stealth Gaming, he went on new releases and he found his game in an instant. It's like he was.
He went to new releases and alphabetical though. He did both of those two things. Not everybody does that. Some people just look at new releases, which isn't in alphabetical order by default.
Dude, new releases, alphabetical order, the name of the game, you're gonna find it. Easy clap. It's like almost now people want to teach others how to freaking search for a game.
There's another guy too. Another guy. Again, I just looked at this thread and how many people retweeted. There's another developer we didn't mention, Christian Botea. He says, as someone who's also publishes games on said platform X, I can mirror at Neolands, that's Ian Lain Gardner's tag. So frustrations entirely. Back end is a mighty maze that'll take you a while to figure out, and you'll never quite figure it out. Launch support? ? Haha. Good luck. And he goes on his tirade. Like, the thing about it that I don't like is when these PlayStation gamers that I see are like straight dismissing actual developers. That pisses me off. Like, bro, I get it. You might not like indie games. Cool. It might not affect you. Cool. But don't dismiss a person's actual, like, factual claim on it if he's the one who's saying, like, I make game for this platform and I can see that I'm also having issues. And other developers, like Pharaoh said, it's like multiple of them are retweeting saying the exact same thing. And like, if you don't go off of that, look at you as a consumer. How does this affect you? One, you don't get the best deals, like that developer said. You'll oftentimes get the hook on stuff. You already know. Now you're not getting cross-play on some games because they're not paying PlayStation, which PlayStation I assume charges, and maybe Xbox doesn't. I don't know if that's true or not. Hopefully we get more information on that. And three, it's like some games. We
know that PlayStation charges.
Well, right, we know PlayStation, but we don't know if Xbox does. But there's crossplay in Xbox. But the third thing is, like, now, like Kofi said, you might miss games on your platform, or maybe it's timed exclusive, like to Xbox, where they'll make their money up front and then they'll go on PlayStation just because they have the amount of people, the millions and millions of people on there, and they will go that route. If you haven't noticed, if you look at the recent indie space, right? PlayStation used to run it, but not anymore. Now it's Steam, Switch, and Xbox. And before you couldn't even say Xbox.
I can name you a game that went on PlayStation first, then Xbox, which is an indie game, Disco Elysium.
A game is not
one game.
Is not indicative of.
No, I can pretty sure name you a few of them. Like, they are literally games that are not on Xbox but are on PlayStation, and vice versa. It's just a matter of exclusivity deals, no more.
Do you know Jack Moo Johnny?
What the fuck did this? Hold on. Time. What the fuck did the exclusivity come into this?
Like, indies are not doing exclusivity deals. I mean, there are some, but the majority.
I'm not talking about exclusivity. I'm talking about games that are launching on a platform that's not on PlayStation right day one for some whatever reason. It's not. It's just not launching on there, and that's what Kofi was talking about. Could this be a problem?
Like the Ascent?
The Ascent, exactly.
I mean, the Ascent. But like, there was a whole indie event that
Do we know if Microsoft have a deal with the Ascent or not?
I believe that game is coming.
It's a Game Pass day one.
It's coming to PlayStation later.
It's a Game Pass.
And that's time exclusive, no more.
Games that go into Game Pass are not timed exclusives. Like, they don't care. As long as it goes into Game Pass, it can go wherever it wants.
Kofi, I sent you a link to Ian's company because he's the co-founder of the company. I sent you a link to it. That's the company he works for with the games.
I'm just saying people are quick to this like.
But I wanna just.
You're defending for no reason. You play indies. This should bother you.
I wanna highlight something.
Go ahead.
I wanna highlight something. A game like The Ascent, we were not in the room when it was discussed what's gonna happen to the game. We don't know if Phil Spencer or anyone else from Microsoft was like, okay, we want this game timed exclusive. People are not
But
gonna
that
come
always
out and
gets
say it's
announced.
time, and just we don't know if it's time because PlayStation
We do
doesn't
know.
want to
It's
support
always
it or
announced. It's
anything like
always
that.
in the fine print. It's always in the fine
Yeah,
print
but
if
what I'm
it's a timed
talking about,
exclusive.
games are exclusive for a certain company just by the elimination
But if it's a
of
timed
it.
exclusive, we know that. There's fine
Yeah.
print that clearly
So that's
states
not
this game is timed
something
exclusive for 6 months,
abnormal.
a year.
Like time
All right, hey, let's stop the exclusive talk. Let me go straight to you as a gamer. You love indies, you play them. I know you do. So, does this affect you at all that indie developers on PlayStation are not finding success, and in the future we don't know yet?
Feel supported.
And yeah, they don't feel supported.
No, because
What's your take?
Kenan is literally an indie game.
Right,
that
some
I'm
do.
looking forward
But
to.
that's the okay. You're doing this whole thing like if one does, that means all of them do. That's not the case. I could post for five developers who retweeted saying we also share the same thing. Why is that a thing on PlayStation? And why are you overlooking that?
It's not that I'm overlooking that. It's just that's
He needs
simply
my
how
glasses.
business is. Companies just simply take exclusivity from other companies. That's it.
Dude, this has nothing
It has
to do
nothing
with
to
exclusivity.
do with exclusive. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It has nothing to do
My
with that.
Christ.
Okay. Let me break this down. And I spoke to, I think it was Wooly or somebody, right?
Say it very slow.
Right,
Very
so-
slow, FC.
So I was thinking like, cause somebody's like, well, how do you solve this problem, FC? I'm like, okay, easy. For me, if I was a developer making an indie, right? Say we all collaborated and we're making an indie game, right? Now, obviously, if it's popular and it takes off, then it's gonna be successful on PlayStation, and they're gonna promote it, right? But if you're just like an average indie game where you want to make a game, if I was a developer, I would put my game on Xbox first, or PC and Switch and Xbox, or in Game Pass, where it gets highlighted and I get enough revenue to where I could go on PlayStation, and then try to use some of the money that I got from the other servers to try to promote my game, because that's pretty much the only way you're gonna do it on PlayStation, unless you get lucky and it becomes popular. That's the route a lot of developers are already doing. If you saw the last indie showcase on Xbox, it showed so many games that said PC, Nintendo, and Xbox on it. No PlayStation. PC, Nintendo, Xbox. No PlayStation. PC, like how many titles? A lot. And then
After that event, I saw a lot of PlayStation people saying, "Why aren't we getting?"
thank you. And here it is. And then my guy, and shout out to Jack Mujani. He's a big PlayStation IE pony. He loves indies, and he always complains that this game is not coming out on PlayStation. Why? And he always adds Shushei, the indie head. I forgot his name. Sorry. Yeah. He always asks him like, "Why is this game not coming on Xbox or on PlayStation?"
And Shuhei is trying to do the work, but
Right.
you can see that there are certain games. Like I feel where he's saying, really quick to piggyback on that. Like
Right.
for example, Disco Elysium not being available on PlayStation sooner seemed to be a negative. Obviously, now we have the director's cut with all the
Yeah.
voice acting. That's great. And then there's two other games that, like, for me, I want to see on PlayStation. I don't know. No, it's only on Switch, which is interesting. Maybe there's some sort of exclusivity deal. Kunai, which I own on Steam. That game is
Oh
really
yeah,
fun.
I played it. I loved
Yeah,
it. Kunai.
Yeah, Kunai's great.
Yeah,
And-
Kunai is amazing. And
And, shout out to like Dante. Like, I'm not gonna like just bitch about it. Like, I went to Steam and I bought it. And then Katana Zero, which I also own on Steam, but I'd
This
rather
one
have
also
it.
I played and I loved.
Is Katana Zero on
Right.
PlayStation?
What did you say about me? What did I come?
No, I played it on my laptop.
No. He said he didn't bitch about it. He pulled a Dante and just bought it on the platform that he wanted.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, fair enough.
So you just mentioned a couple games that's not on
Seeing it, I was
PlayStation,
like,
but it should be.
If to me, I would love to play Octopath. I might actually get it on my laptop.
Why?
Yeah.
Because
Why is
I've been
Octopath not on
waiting.
PlayStation?
could be
Oh,
timed
that's Square
exclusivity deals with
Yeah,
Microsoft.
Wait a minute, how
Time-
is Octopath?
exclusive. It's on the
How's
Switch.
it
It's
timed? It was
on
already on the Switch. That's what I'm saying. It
Yes,
doesn't make any
so,
sense.
No, it-
so, but look at a game like Dragon Quest Builder 8-2. It was on
Also on Game
PlayStation,
Pass.
it was on Switch, and it was not on Xbox. And just,
No, there's a
It is.
reason. No, there is a reason
Now,
why.
and that was because Xbox had a horrible relationship with Japanese companies. They went
And
and
I'm also-
started repairing those
and-
relationships.
And
I'm
Dragon
going
Quest
to
is not
tell
an
you-
indie game.
No,
No,
and I'm
I'm
also going to
just
tell
showing
you.
that.
Go ahead,
I'm
go ahead.
just showing that how tough content exclusivity can still be a thing.
But it was never,
now
it was never
telling-
exclusive. It
Hold
was
on,
just a former relationship.
Dante wants to say so. Go ahead, Dante.
And I'm also going to tell you why Octopath Traveler is on Switch and also PC is because Nintendo were a publisher for it.
Oh, okay.
So it is going to, if I'm going to hedge my money on anything, it is going to remain a Nintendo console exclusive.
It's on Xbox.
No, it's on Xbox. It's on Xbox.
Oh yeah, you're right. It is on Xbox.
Yeah, it's on both PC and
Okay, it's gonna remain that. I don't think it is because I mean this is a Square Enix Nintendo published game from what I'm seeing about it, as well as because Acquire and Square Enix. Sorry, I missed the Xbox one there. But yeah, publisher Square Enix, but Nintendo also have publishing on this as well.
Yeah, Katana Zero is on Xbox,
Yeah,
not on PlayStation. But I mean,
But it's
go ahead.
but it's not all the games. Like for
No.
example, like Moonlighter is on PlayStation. Spiritfarer is another one that's on PlayStation. Really love something like Grease or Celeste. But there are some ones that I do want to tweet at Shuhei and be like, "Are we getting this one?"
You're not the only one. You're not the only one. That's why I said Jack Mujani, because he loves playing. He loves indies. Like he'll loves like River City Girl. I know what you follow.
That the indie scene is completely abandoning.
No, that's not what we're saying. It's saying like these PlayStation developers are like they're like fuck this. I'm tired of this. That's what they. If you read them, like I'm tired of this, and I'm going to fuck it. I'm gonna burn bridges, but I'm gonna save my peace. And this is why. Why is this platformer giving me so much shit or so much headache when the other ones don't? Right?
that seems to be the key question.
That's the alarming thing.
Yeah, the way I understood the tweet is like, listen, guys, like if I say this, I say this, but it's just like when I put my game on a bunch of platforms, it has nothing to do with exclusivity.
Yep.
It just feels like allegedly, quote unquote, Sony here like doesn't seem to make it as easy as all the other people who we work with, and that is a question as to why. I think we kind of sort of already know the answer personally, and because PlayStation has stated what their commitment is going to be towards. So, you know, if Shuhei kind of wants to get his bosses to get on board, but they're saying, well, no, we're really focused on our big budget titles. That's where we want to put, where we want to do. And again, so be it. If that's how PlayStation wants to move, so be it. And their fan base seems to be perfectly fine with that. But I can understand the developers' frustration if I go it's a simple thing. If I go to every bank and there's an ATM on the inside, but the one bank, I got to go to the outside to go to the ATM. The question is like, why do I have to go to the outside? Every other bank I go to has an ATM on the inside. Why does it have to be? Yeah, like why does it just have to be this difficult? And like, you know, no one really knows why, because PlayStation hasn't answered. Like, there's no particular 100% answer as to why.
I think it's a staffing issue, because he specifically highlighted like some very specific details. He said, I can't even upload a trailer for my game onto the PlayStation Network.
Yeah.
And when I ask how to do it, they say I need an account manager.
Yeah.
And then when I ask how to get an account manager, they say I don't know. Like how the hell do you work for the company and don't know how to, you know, direct people who are making a product?
That's
wild. To make your company money.
But that would make sense if that's not your company's focus.
Yeah,
if their goal to you to be like focus on Uncharted or Last of Us or do something else.
No, but the thing is, the indie guys are calling the indie. They're calling the indie people at PlayStation. Like, yeah, they're calling. Like, they're not calling. Like, they're calling their specific line that they're supposed to call. So I'm calling who I'm supposed to call, and they're like, well, you need an account manager. Like,
no, I mean, because I agree with you. It's a staffing issue. We don't have an account manager. Sony has not provided us with the funds to hire one.
We don't have one for you. We have one.
Exactly.
We have one for the games that we cherry pick.
Like, we have like Kenna. We have one for Kenna because it's a time exclusive. PlayStation's promoting that by themselves.
Can I go next? Because I think I'm going to stay the most on topic with this.
Dante, go, and I want Jubei because he's been pretty quiet about this. Go ahead, Dante.
Okay. Just from what the tweet said, it seems like once the developers put their games on the PlayStation Store, it seems like they lose a majority of control over their own game. That is terrible. Yes. That shouldn't be the case. Like, I feel, and this is what like some have some kind of control But normally, how I understand how most indies go is they charge you a flat percentage fee on every game sold. So if you're selling your game for say let's say $20 or something, or $15, they'll take 20% off, and the rest of it goes to you because they're paying that you're basically paying for it to be on that platform, and that's your fee for it.
I think isn't it 30% on consoles?
Yes,
And I'm not too sure, but either way, there's a percentage, and maybe just to get it on there, there's also an initial flat fee, like maybe because you don't know how much it's going to sell if it gets on the console. I don't know.
Right.
But it's server space. Like these companies have loads of server. They can rent the space. But if PlayStation is taking away so much control that developers can't do sales, then that is, first of all, that scummy as fucking. You're effectively possibly killing that game during hot seasons like summer sales and winter sales, where people tend to spend a lot of money not only on mainstream games but also on indie games. Like Steam is a good model for this. You tend to see a lot of indie games sell like hotcakes during summer sales or winter sales.
Yeah, even Nintendo.
And it's true for anything because people have money by that time. They want to spend the money, and maybe indie games have caught word of mouth on other platforms or through videos or what have you, and people want to check it out. They can buy it at that discounted price. That the developer is still making money off of it, but so's the platform that they're on. They're still getting that percentage even if they lower the price.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I don't fucking get it. And with PlayStation, if they're really going this hard fucking stance with saying that they only want blockbuster games, like games that sell like 2 million like 1 million in the first like couple of first 2-3 months that it's out or more, like that is an unreasonable expectation for indie developers, because the ratio of indie developers to reach that kind of status is severely fucking unlikely. Like, we hear about big indie developers, and the one that was kind of hitting my head, because it feels like this is what PlayStation wants to sign, or what PlayStation want, is with Cuphead. Like, Cuphead is an anomaly of an indie game. Like, it sold 1 million copies in sales in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, it sold 1 million copies, and by the time it came to PlayStation in January of last year, it had already sold 6 million copies.
Mm-hmm.
I think on that, like, if that's what PlayStation is wanting from indies, then that is delusional. That's as delusional as fucking EA wanting Dead Space 3 to make fucking 4 million copies. Like, that's delusional, because indies don't have the reach that these big publishers do. Like, they primarily survive off of word of mouth.
Yep.
And being unique. Like, that's one thing that I guarantee you, if Microsoft had not looked at Cuphead and bought the timed exclusivity and marketed it the way they did, Cuphead would not be the phenomenon that it is, that was going to be getting a DLC. Hopefully we'll get it by the time I'm fucking 30, and we're getting a goddamn TV show out of it.
Yeah.
Like, Cuphead would not have been that successful if they had not showcased it on their stage.
Yeah. And then another indie developer that I can't wait to play is Song of Thunder, I think it is. He's been on a couple.
This is Song of Iron.
Yeah, Song of Iron. Thank you. Song of Iron.
This is why I turned around and said. If these companies are so determined to do these bi-monthly shows or whatever, the state of play in that, dedicate some to indie developers. Like you want sales, then do like a state of play on indie. Like the state like, fuck it, don't call it the state of play, call it the state of indies.
Yeah,
and just showcase, like, do a month and just show on one of these showcase like a bunch of indie games that you actually have not actual financial interest in, though you technically do have financial interest in it, but you have eyes on them and you think, you know what? With a little promotion, this could go far.
Exactly.
This could sell 1 million in say 4 months.
Yeah.
Can I jump in really quick? I think it's a tough balancing act for Sony because when they do promote a smaller game, they get spammed with "Where's my God of War?
True.
Where's my AAA banger? I don't want to see this kind of stuff."
Remember when we
But
first...
that's
when
why-
they first-
I'm sorry, Kofi. I've got to kind of kill that for the simple reason, like, that's gonna happen regardless. Because no offense, and I'll say this about Xbox guys as well. Fuck it, majority of people who show up to these showcases like to watch it live are fucking retarded. Like
That's true. You're kind of right about that. No.
Yes, they're fucking retarded, but at the same time, they are the one...
Shut up.
Let me
I'm not
make
done
my
talking.
point.
No, you can make your point when I'm
Omar,
actually done talking.
You gotta let Dante
go back and
finish
look
so you
at-
go jump in. Go ahead.
You
Okay,
go back
my bad.
and look at the Horizon Zero Dawn state of play and the Ratchet and Clank one, where Sony literally stated it's only going to be maybe 2 indies and a little bit of Horizon Zero Dawn, and then all of the chat was, but when my God of War though? When my Ratchet and Clank though? And then fucking and the Ratchet and Clank one was just Ratchet and Clank, where they said it's just going to be Ratchet and Clank. When my God of War though?
So
When my indie though?
So really quick, I don't know if we're disagreeing yet, but another thing is something like Abworld's Odyssey that came out on PlayStation Plus. People generally enjoyed that. That's an indie developer. That is, to my knowledge, maybe on PC and PlayStation. I don't even know if it's on PC.
It is.
Yeah, some
It
PC.
is on
PC.
PC. Odyssey has always been on PC.
And it's also going to
Oddworld's been around
Xbox.
for a long time.
Oddworld is
what about
Oddworld
something like
is
Operation-
an elder statesman. Is an elder statesman of indie games at this
What about
point.
something
Yeah,
like
it's
Operation
Oddworld's been
Tango?
around a long time.
What about something like Operation Tango that just came out on PlayStation Plus just last month? Right? Maybe that is available on PC, but there is a key flow that it's very fixed. Like, I agree with you that developers should have some sort of say in their own sales, and there probably is for some established publishers and developers, but it seems some of these new independent developers need more visibility.
Yeah.
And here's another thing. I don't know if I disagree with Omar on this or not. I don't really think that the PlayStation storefront on console is that great. It just doesn't. It just, I don't know how to do marketing. It's not something that I look at and I go, this is fantastic. The web store, the old web store that gave me all the different filters and stuff like that, I really liked that.
Yeah, so
That was
you're
like the
comparing
closest
the
they've ever gotten to.
You're comparing PlayStation 5 to 4, right?
Well, I'm saying the browser store during the 8th gen, like literally on Windows or whatever.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. Like, for example, the PlayStation 5 store is abysmal.
Yeah,
What I
oh
mean
my
by
God.
that, I was looking for a demo. Normally, on the PlayStation 4 store, you go to the demo section. There you go. You find it. However, PlayStation 5 doesn't even have a demo section. That is one of the biggest flaws for me.
And they just
Like-
added filters, like in the last couple months.
So you're gonna discount the visibility of an indie game, but then you, at the same conversation, say how hard it is to find games on the PlayStation Store that you actually want to find.
I said
that you know
demo.
about.
I said demo.
Still,
There
it
is
don't matter.
literally
It's
still
a section for
Yeah,
demo.
it's still a visibility issue.
Yeah.
Why is there no section for is there a section for indies? Like, is there a
Now
section?
there is.
Yeah,
Now
there
there
is.
is. I don't know if it's always been there, but now there is.
Like 8th gen, it was much better. Like, not just on console. I'm talking about, like, if you went to the web store and you wanted to see everything that was there, you could jump between all the stuff.
Like, I'll also turn around and say this. There was one thing that bugged the fuck out of me. Kofi would know this because we've talked about this. When they did the PlayStation 2 Classics, like, there was a section for PlayStation 2 Classics where you could literally go onto it and it would show you all the PlayStation 2 games: Bully, GTA, Gun, Red Dead Revolver. It would show you all, and Star Wars Jedi Starfighter. I go on one day because I want to buy some PlayStation 2 games, so I'm thinking, fuck it, I want to Let's Play. The fucking section's gone! And then I gotta fucking search for them, and some of them don't even show up in search results.
I agree. That's definitely frustrating. Another thing I wanted to piggyback on, I know Dante will definitely be feeling this. Wish listing is back, and that is great, but it should have been much better than this from a long time ago, because I understand that Steam also has a lot of competition. Like the reason why something like Mech Warrior 5 changed their minds, right, and pulled from the Steam store and went to Epic was because I think they were concerned that there was going to be a visibility issue when that game was released. PlayStation has a real opportunity, which they are moving in the positive direction for, is wish listing that's like allows PlayStation to see, we're not matching what fans are looking to get. Yeah, right? Like, I don't know, random game X. Wow. How many people wishlisted that? Shoot. We didn't even consider them until we got that real feedback.
Yeah, that's a smart feature. That's a smart feature. But
no, with Mech Warrior, it's kind of a weird thing. With Mech Warrior, it's a different thing. With Mech Warrior, it's purely a lot of games are on Epic Store mainly for the a couple of things. One, they don't have that stringent of a fucking refund policy at the moment still. The other thing is, they take less of a cut than Steam.
True.
I think
that's true.
Also that. Now,
the problem with Steam's poll was kind of like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
The problem with Steam's wish listing, and this is something that that frustrates me to no end recently, because a lot of people have tried to gift me games during sales. Conversion rate problems. Like, you got a game that's on sale over in the UK for 25% off, and then it's 25% off in the States. The conversion doesn't fucking work out, and you cannot literally buy me a game because of the conversion rate problem. Which is
what do you mean by that?
That is a problem. Okay.
It doesn't add up.
So, for example, FC wants, actually no, I'll say Pharaoh, because Pharaoh's the easiest target. Pharaoh wants me to play Madden. For some fucking reason, he wants me to play Madden. If he goes onto Steam and tries to buy me Madden, there's a chance they won't let him buy it me because of currency conversion.
Again, what do you mean by that?
I think what Dante's trying to say is, like, so for instance, if in UK, if you were to buy it by himself, it totals to £50. £50, which is like, how much is that in US?
We'll say $60. We'll say $60.
Say
just
$60,
just on top of it.
I understand.
For Pharaoh to buy it, it would be like $69.99.
Exactly. So it's not equal.
The conversion doesn't fucking work out, which just is fucking infuriating. Like, I wish I could do, and I'm sure it doesn't work the opposite way, but I'm just thinking of maybe sending somebody on the panel a little bit of money to get me a game that I'd like, just so we can show it live, because it boggles my mind why the fuck this happened, because it happened with a friend of mine who wanted to buy me Far Cry 5, because he wants me to co-op Far Cry 5 with him, and he couldn't do it. He had to send me the money to buy it.
Wow. Yeah, see, that's crazy. But I want to move on, but before we do, I got Jubei, man, you got to get your thoughts on this before we talk about the acquisitions.
Yeah, absolutely. I second pretty much everybody's notion there, but my thing is, I'm just pissed off. Like, why are you gonna sit there and argue with the dev? Like,
I can't stand it, man.
Somebody comment, like a dev literally commented, and I'm like, why the fuck are you in the comments arguing with him? Like, bruh,
that shit is because they defending. I don't understand it, man. I don't get that.
Like, I don't get it either, because at some point their developer gripes end up in you losing games.
Exactly.
Ultimately,
at somewhere down the road.
He's gonna be like, fuck
so if you only own a PlayStation 5 and Sony isn't necessarily treating those developers properly, you suffer as a consumer because you're no longer getting games that you might be interested in.
Exactly.
And not for nothing, but like part of me felt a little bit of like vindication if people are falling back on companies are allowed to do what they want to do. Then like, why isn't there the same energy when Nintendo likes to resell whatever they like to do? I thought if Sony can
we
just...
about to have that convo too. So
that's a good, that's a good point.
I don't understand why
that's a good point.
Why is Nintendo? Why we pointing fingers at Nintendo? Is like, no, companies got to make money and make business, right?
Yeah,
Nintendo doesn't have to put their games on sale.
That's a good point.
It's all good, you know. We're seeing a lot of that now. Director's cuts and
that
whole bullshit. Don't even get me started.
Reggie, my Nintendo brother. I don't point fingers. I point loaded guns.
I'm just saying, dog. Like I was like, interesting how now all of a sudden it's like,
Plus, I
this is
was
how
giving
business.
shit to Nintendo earlier. I think I'm the most
no.
consistent on giving
Oh,
shit
no.
to
No.
everybody.
It's just
great.
general.
You know,
Yeah.
the issue is that
PlayStation
that
gamers love
Nintendo
giving
never-
shit to Nintendo.
Nintendo failed you, Reggie. Nintendo never gave you a director's cut. That's what the issue is. If it was
I guess
a director's
not.
Okay, do you know
Here we
what the
go.
director cut is?
Here we
Do you know what the director cut is? Go look at what's called Gears of War 5 Game of the Year Edition. There you go. Director cut. Enjoy. That's
Hey,
basically it.
guess what?
It's
Guess
free,
what? If you
too.
get Game Pass, you ain't gotta pay for it. Fuck off.
Sorry?
The game of the year.
What did you
edition comes
say?
with
Game
it.
Pass. If you've got Game Pass, you don't have to pay for it.
Who
It
gives
doesn't
a
matter.
fuck? Who gives a
That's the
fuck?
whole point.
If-
If
we're
you're
not-
on-
No.
We're not.
You're-
We're not
you're-
talking about. I don't want to
If
talk
you're
about
on-
prices.
no,
Let's not talk
wait a
about
fucking
prices.
second.
if you're
Go-
on
Wait a
Xbox,
second.
if
People
you're
are-
on Xbox, the likelihood of you having Game Pass is high. If you're not, then probably not.
Again. So then don't fucking
Okay.
pretend that
Oh, good.
director cut doesn't exist on Xbox.
Okay, so
And
Here's the thing. They don't fucking hide a next gen upgrade behind the director's
Oh,
cut
yeah.
paywall.
they are not doing so.
What
They
the
are
fuck
not
are you doing?
so.
You can't get the PS5 upgrade without paying $30 fucking dollars. Even if I didn't want that Icky Island DLC, I have to pay $30 to get fucking the haptic feedback on my fucking controller and DualSense features. You're not gonna sit here and do that to me, bro. You're not gonna sit here and say that that's not the case. That you can't get the PS5 features without paying $30.
That's not the
Yeah.
topic,
for the
motherfuckers.
DualSense.
We're not.
Because I'm more than happy to,
Oh,
to
goodness.
pay $10 extra for the DualSense because I want DualSense integration.
It's not $10 extra though. It's $30. I already paid $60 for the
No,
game. I'm paying
no,
$90 to use the fucking controller, bro.
No,
Can I add
Ten-
something really quickly?
10 for the PlayStation 5
Look what
upgrade,
Reggie started.
20 for the DLC.
This is Reggie's
The
fault.
DLC is $20.
This is Reggie's fault.
You did.
I just don't want to
it
hear
was-
anything about the Skyward Sword HD remake.
Get
when
'em.
People are comfortable
Bitch, I still
with
ain't
director's
buying it.
cut.
Yeah,
Can I
I'm
just
just
point
saying it-
something though? Can I just
that's
point
very
something?
true
Being-
though.
being-
That's very true.
being-
You should make a
being-
post. Go ahead.
being the collector that I am, though, I am looking at the director's cut, and okay, no, actually, I take back what I fucking said. I was about to, I actually take back what I was about to say because I was looking at this, and I'm looking at Jin the horse and some of the other things. And I was thinking, oh, it's going to be a physical release. They're selling a physical release of this with a Jin statue and everything as a director's cut bundle, but no, it's not. It's literally a director's commentary, Hero of Tsushima skin.
That would be worth
the
it though.
expansion.
You're getting a statue. That would make sense to me.
Dude,
But-
like if they were selling a physical upgrade for it, like you buy a physical version of a PlayStation 5 copy of this game, you get the expansion, you get this nice little statue and mask, like Jin mask, this little Jin statue, like horse statue, an art book. Actually, if they Nintendo it, because Nintendo actually does a lot of that stuff, and I'm very thankful for Nintendo for doing that stuff.
We
Listen.
always come back to the big N.
We're not gonna talk about the whole, like I said, Reggie talking about when it comes to prices.
No, we don't need to because I can't hear shit because of Junpei's yelling. It's good to hear that fire from him directed towards Omar.
Finally, this motherfucker be sleep, but it's all good. But that's not the topic. I personally, I was thinking about having that as a topic. I was like, oh, there's other stuff. I don't want to just dog on PlayStation constantly. We have to talk about something positive.
I'm sorry. Are they fucking selling Japanese lip sync as a fucking feature?
That part was
Told you that, bro.
that part is complete bullshit. It should have been fixed.
They're selling a fix, bro. They're selling a fucking fix.
Can I?
And Kofi defended it. And Kofi defended it. This motherfucker.
I think he's gonna defend it, but I know why.
I need a timeout to correct Omar.
Okay.
I know why. I know why Kofi's
Gears of
gonna
War
defend
Game of the
it.
Year edition does not come with any additional features. They just kind of named it that, and it's the exact same price. It's $59.99. It's not $79.99. Like, they
No,
didn't raise
but
the
again,
price.
the $10 extra.
They didn't sell Game of the Year edition to you with extra content. So just,
Wait, no, does it? Hold on, wait. Are you absolutely sure? You sure the Game of the Year edition doesn't come with any of those
Doesn't it come
season
with
pass
skins?
bonuses?
I thought it came with skins.
I was about to say,
I'm sure it comes with that, but I don't think I'm looking at.
You're saying it
I'm
doesn't
looking at
include
it right
high
now in the store.
Right.
Yeah, it
because
doesn't
I'm
include
sure-
Hive Busters or anything like that. It doesn't
No.
include like the DLC or it's just.
No, it doesn't include. But I'm pretty sure it did. I'm pretty sure it did have, like some of the pretty much unlocked everything for a lot of the previous season passes. I'm pretty sure it did.
It should come with. I believe it comes with skins.
It
Okay.
comes with the ultimate. It comes with the ultimate add-on and a 30-day booster for your. Like it comes with like nothing like.
So that's
serious.
basic. Though. That's the same.
No,
thing.
is that the
Okay.
edition? Is that the edition
I'm
they
looking at it
released
right
for
now.
the Series X? Is that the? I know you are. Is that the edition where they released? That they released for the Series X that has Dave Bautista as Marcus Phoenix for
I
the
believe
entire
so.
campaign?
No, I think that comes with the Hive Busters DLC. I think that's included in the Hive Busters.
Right. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, Kofi, you about to say
But
something?
there's
So-
nothing extra that you get with the. with the
You're
actual
about to defend this
game
$10
that
for
you
lip
get.
syncing?
Yeah, he's gonna defend
So,
it, and I'm
what-
gonna tell him why before he
Well,
even do so.
I kind of feel a
So you're
certain
gonna
way
tell
about the lip
Kofi why
sync.
he's defending it?
Because-
Omar,
I just want to make sure I got
Sony
the focus
defense
right.
lawyer, man.
Like
Omar
Juve
Cochran.
or Pharaoh. I'm very acute to what Pharaoh's disappointed with. I don't know if I necessarily disagree with Pharaoh as much, but I think I need to understand Jube a little bit better. So Jube, the biggest disappointment for you is the $10 required upgrade, right? Taking away the Iki Island and all that stuff, right?
GB doesn't care.
It's-
I'm gonna buy it, GB. Don't worry about it.
Listen. There's no way to get the PS5 upgrades without paying $30. Period. $20 is for
No.
PS4.
But it's
No, no, no.
$10.
It's
$10
not
for the
$10.
upgrade.
It's not $10.
It's not.
$10.
You have
It
to
is
pay.
$10. No.
You have to pay $20 to get the director's cut on PS4. If you
Okay.
want that director's cut to go to PS5, it's $10 more. That's $30. If you just want to go from PS4 directly to PS5 director's cut,
Okay.
it's $30.
Is anybody in
There's
the
no
chat
way
knows
around it.
exactly? Dante, research this, please.
I already researched. I could break it down.
What-
So basically,
what- okay, go ahead.
if you buy I'm on gear shit. If you buy Ghost of Tsushima
Yeah.
director's cut for PlayStation 4,
Yeah.
and you buy a PlayStation 5, it is $10 to
Upgrade from 4
Exactly.
to 5.
If you bought
Exactly.
if you bought Ghost of Tsushima last year,
Yep.
and you
Which I
wanna-
did.
and you want to upgrade from your PS4 Ghost of Tsushima to the director's cut, which releases next month, you have to pay the $30 to get
Yep.
the PS5 upgrades along with the expansion pack.
Along with that
wait,
expansion.
You cannot
So-
buy the lip sync. You cannot
I-
buy the.
I
you
can't- I
cannot
can't just buy the
FPS
upgrade.
boost.
I
Yeah,
got
so
okay.
the upgrade by itself is $10.
It's not.
No, it's not.
It's not purchasable. It's not something that you can purchase. That's
Can
I'm telling you.
I?
It's only
No, you
purchasable. No,
You
you
actually
cannot.
can.
It's only
You-
purchase. It's only
It's-
purchasable if you buy director's cut Ghost of Tsushima after August 20th.
So I got a
If you
question.
buy-
I have
if
a
you-
question. I have a question. Can you purchase just the island?
No.
Why not?
No.
Why can't you just purchase the
Yeah.
island?
You can't.
Are you
You can't,
sure,
no.
Jube?
Yeah, I got
Bro,
some
I
of
know,
stuff.
because
because
the only
No,
It's-
the
it's
$10 the
PS4 to
$10
PS
only applies. The $10
If you already
only
own the
applies
director's
to-
cut.
Yes, if you
If you want the director's cut on PS4, it's $20. To go
Yeah, so
from
it's 30.
PS4 to PS5 is an extra 10. It's
That's
30,
30.
no matter how you slice it. It's always going
Okay,
to be
okay,
$30.
what if you're new? What if you're new?
This is separate from what my real theory is.
Go ahead,
really,
go ahead.
your issue was the $10 required upgrade, right? Like, let's break it down. Like,
No,
if it was
I don't-
$19,
I don't have
If it
a
was
$10.
$19
I don't have a $10 upgrade path though. I have the vanilla game on PS4. To get the director's cut, I can either pay $20 for the PS4 version of that or $30 for the PS5 version of that. If I still
but I'm
want the
saying
PS5
if
version,
they
it's still going to
didn't
cost me
have
$30.
that $10 requirement, you don't have an issue with the $20 expansion, right?
I don't. It's because
Okay,
you're not
okay.
blocking the next gen features behind that. You're forcing in order if I want to get haptic feedback and all the DualSense shit, I have to pay $30.
Okay, so knowing
Even if I'm not interested in the extra island, I have to pay $30.
I get that. So I guess for me, coming to that specific issue with the $10, like for that upgrade path for Tsushima, for me, it's what my expectations were when I paid retail for this game. Because when I paid retail for this game, I did not think I was going to get co-op. I did not think I was going to get additional game features that were at no price. So now when I see things like the Japanese lip sync being added, it makes me go think, well, what other games have lip syncing for multiple languages. Can anybody give me a list
Hold on,
of those games?
Kofi, you said added. You mean fixed? Wasn't it broken?
No, they fixed it.
It wasn't
The original had
It just
Japanese
did not
lip sync.
have
They
it.
just fixed it.
No,
No,
they
it
did
was
have.
never in
I thought
No,
they had
dude,
lip sync.
It never had
Okay,
lip
fair.
sync.
Never mind.
And
never mind.
I'll
The
answer
mouth
that
still moves.
question
Okay,
for
never mind.
you if you give me a second.
Original game
thought they
did
had
have
lip sync.
Japanese. I
I'm
played it
looking
with
this up,
Japanese.
motherfuckers.
Well, because I remember Jubei, you wanted to play it in Japanese or something like that, but the
And
lip
I
syncing
couldn't.
was,
And
it was off.
the lip syncing was way off because they were
Right.
still speaking English with their lips.
Right.
The Japanese audio was coming out, but it was like a reverse dub.
So it
it's
wasn't
like-
fixed.
You're
Okay,
watching.
right. So it was a reversed. Hold on. So here's what I found. Okay, Ghost of Tsushima did not have Japanese lip sync. It didn't.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
let me
This one-
continue.
It's been a whole year. It's been a whole year since Ghost of Tsushima came out. Though the Japanese lip sync isn't being patched into the game, meaning
Coffee
if it was being
kinda-
patched into a game, meaning it never existed to begin with.
Yeah, Coffee
Correct.
explained it.
That's absolutely correct.
Okay, I thought
think
I
Coffee
just kept it
explained
on
it
English.
long time ago. Before he even told it was one of my biggest gripes with the game that lip syncing was very off, and he explained it. He said having a Japanese voiceover is pricey as fuck. I think this is why they're putting it behind paywall, which I I actually disagree with that move. But
No.
I understand it. I dislike it, but I understand it.
And I'll piggyback on like what Jubei and Fernando are disappointed about having the $10 upgrade path, and it's kind of like we don't know if this is going to be consistent across the board. That's where it's kind of like
It is if
this going to
people
be
pay
the
for
new? Well, but I'm saying
I mean, we do know it's
I don't know.
consistent across the board. They just did it 6 months ago with Spider-Man.
With Spider-Man.
So it's a pattern.
The thing is,
Like,
the
you're
thing
showing a
is,
pattern.
you're literally
But it's
paying
not identical,
$10
right?
for the DualSense,
right.
among other things. Like, I actually want developers to port stuff for the new controller, so I'm more than willing and happy to
Right.
pay $10 if I can get, because we are not gonna expect developers to work for free.
That's a good point.
Basically, not
Okay,
gonna
wait.
be
expect
fair.
developers to work for free, but at the same time, like I bought the deluxe edition. I know that Kofi
Like,
bought the
yeah,
deluxe edition, got
I
the
bought
mask and
the
everything.
game as
So
well.
then
Like,
you're gonna tax those.
The deluxe
consumers,
edition
like,
should
they-
automatically have free lip sync.
So basically you're getting taxed twice because someone
Yeah.
who buys the game after August 20th, they're paying the standard rate for the damn game versus where someone who was an early adopter is almost being punished by having to pay this extra price for this expansion pack.
But that's the curse of early
So-
adopter though too.
That's the
But
curse of
the
early
thing-
adoption.
yeah,
I was going to say it's in
definitely
contrast to
early
something like
adopter.
Nintendo. I don't mean to do that, Reggie, but we know that this expansion will probably be coming down in price within 6 months of release. But really quick, I don't want to do damage control specifically, but Japanese lip sync, just so Omar said, is fairly rare. One of the first games to ever have I haven't done all the research on it, but it looked like they made 2 different versions of it. Was Final Fantasy 13. Final Fantasy and Square Enix are really one of the only ones I know that they've had like in-game
Didn't Sekiro have
graphics.
English and
with-
Japanese?
But we're talking
I
about
think-
lip syncing.
Oh, okay.
I
Lip
think
syncing for both
Yakuza-
languages.
Gotcha.
I had
Unless-
Yakuza 7. I had Yakuza 7 have English, and
Oh, okay. I haven't seen the English for Yakuza.
I
Okay,
think
right.
that basically because Microsoft paid for it. I think.
Oh,
So that actually makes sense with what you just said. How it's expensive, and companies
Okay,
most
that's
of
fair.
the time skips over it.
That's
Like
fair.
we get
Yes.
annoyed by it, but
like
this
Ratchet
is
and Clank didn't do it. You know what I
Like,
mean? Like
for-
there's so many.
yeah. Like I wanted
It's the
to
sa-
play Japanese in Japanese, but there is no Japanese in Ratchet and Clank.
It's kind of the same. Okay, so first of all, let me actually piggyback on that. It's the same with anime dubbing. There's a reason why when it's dubbed from Japanese to English, they use the same lip flaps and change the words to match the lips.
Yeah,
Because then
that's
they have to
annoying.
go through and redraw everything. Where with this, you actually have to go back and motion capture people's mouths
Mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
to
you're,
match up with the words.
which
So
you're
I do
paying
understand.
actor.
I do understand.
That's expensive.
Yeah.
That's
I
fair.
do,
That's
I
fair.
do understand that aspect. I do understand that aspect, and I do actually want to lead into something. I look at this situation while I'm hearing everybody fucking yelling. I'm just thinking to myself, we've had this conversation before, and it was The Last of Us remastered. Was it fucking necessary? And then we've obviously had that conversation of The Last of Us 2 remastered, and we've been debating ourselves, is that fucking worth it? My thing is right now that I'm thinking, I don't mind paying. If I have the game, if I have Spider-Man is the outlier. Spider-Man did not need to happen. In fact, Spider-Man is the perfect example of what I'm about to bring up as far as my idea. I don't think we should pay full price for upgrades to the PlayStation 5 versions if they're planning PlayStation 5 versions. What I would not mind is, say, we'll use Ghost of Tsushima as an example. They want to pretty up the graphics. They want to do all of this. If I have the original disc, if I stick that in, they can give me the option to play a not boosted, but the PlayStation 4 version on the PlayStation 5, or give me the option to pay £10 more and upgrade it to the PS5 version, because we all have to install our games on the consoles anyway, so the data is on there. And if I'm making a purchase, it will remain in the PlayStation Store to say, no, this dude bought the upgrade. Kind of like, you know how some games on Steam on PC allow you to upgrade from the standard edition to the ultimate edition for like $10, $15?
Yes.
They kind of allow you to do that on PlayStation.
What if that's the approach these companies take with these updated versions? We're not going to charge you full price, but for the extra work, we'd like you to at least pay. We'd like you to pay at least $10, because then.
But PlayStation does that.
It's not.
But
You can upgrade to deluxe version for $10.
No, that's not what Dante said.
Spider-Man. I'm talking about upgrading from a PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5 version, like you can do with some cases.
Like with Ghost of Tsushima now.
Like with Ghost of Tsushima, if they turned around and said, okay, for a $10 flat payment, which will remain with your account, so even if you uninstall the game, if you reinstall it, the store will remember you bought this upgrade. It will re-download the PlayStation 5 version. You'll have all of that beautiful graphics, all of these beautiful graphic options, frame rate options, everything like that, and this will include the Japanese sync, because there's the money for that, and then maybe you could just sell off the expansion as a separate entity. Like, I don't get why they should bundle all this and just sell that as a separate expansion. Say this is your enticement. We're enticing you. Buy a PlayStation 5. Play the PlayStation 5 version, because this expansion will only be on the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Really quick,
Then people,
I kind of agree with that.
Would be even extra mad, because why you gonna put it on PlayStation 5 only when it's also on PlayStation games, also on PlayStation 4?
Because gamers don't.
Why did they do it with Integrate? Same shit.
That's really quick.
The thing that gets me is that they released it in July, knowing that they're releasing a console in November. They knew that they were going to do this.
Exactly.
The
work was already done.
Yeah, like
go ahead.
Like, they could have easily.
I'm
really
sorry.
quick.
I'm just kind of stuck on it. Like, we all are agreeing here.
Yeah. Let me.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Really quick. I see what you're saying. Like, they could have just had, like, Iki Island has, like, individual purchase, but, like, I find it interesting that I'm guessing Pharaoh and Jubei have looked at this closely. I know I know Jubei, you spend a lot of time in the game. That, like, when I go to almost any game across Japan store, US store, I can just buy the PlayStation 4 version, but you're basically saying that control won't be available to me when I'm on the PlayStation 5. They won't be like, hey, buy the PS4 expansion, whatever, and I don't have to play the PS5 version, because remember, the PS Tsushima running on PS5 already has 60 frames for free.
Yep, it does.
But basically saying that control is gone. That is weird. Especially considering, like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of, like, another DLC that was available. Of course, it's probably third party, just off the top of my head. So I do agree with you.
All right. We have to shift gears. Last thing, Dante.
The Gears of War 5 thing, it does actually come with Hive Busters. The Game of the Year edition does actually come with Hive Busters.
Oh, they know that.
It comes with Hive Busters. Yeah, I've actually looked it up.
There's a package on the store that has Hive Busters Game of the Year edition and Gears
Yeah.
Tactics for 70.
Well,
but
the versions many of the versions that I've been seeing come the same price, but it's the same price as it was when it first launched.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They didn't raise it to 70 or whatever. It's the same.
I want to buy Gears 5 for my other PC.
Right, let's shift gears, man. Good debate. PlayStation has bought several studios, 2 new ones that, as of note. House Marquee welcomes, PlayStation welcomes them to the family, as well as the Nixxes.
Nixxes, yeah.
Nixxes. What do you mean? Let me have a look. Let me look these guys up.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take it to Kofi because I know you're big on PlayStations and how you view them, like nurturing talent and stuff like that.
Yes.
So kudos to House Marquee for finally being first party, and what the positive that comes from that, because no longer have to worry about the financial restraints. So Kofi.
Absolutely. Yeah, so really quick, I did a brief translation of the interview between Herman Holst and I'm forgetting the co-owner and director manager. I think it's like Ilya, because they live in the Netherlands. The names sometimes throw me for a loop, so I apologize for that. But in the interview, it was really interesting. To your point, he specifically brought up when Nexus Machina came out, was well-reviewed, didn't sell that well, and they were looking to go in a new direction, and they were like, look, we want to make a third-person game that's still in the family of the mechanics we're so well known for. And them talking internally. This is, this is Housemarque talking to their own developers in-house, but having PlayStation in the room because PlayStation's always published their games, or like 89% of their games, right? Going to third person is really going to increase the cost of our games. There is a risk associated with that. And at the time, PlayStation said, you know what? We believe in you guys. Let's just see what you can do, and we'll go from there. And he elaborates that, like, the comfortability of Sony allowing them to take that risk. I think, as we've all discussed, they're probably riding on that wonderful Metacritic that they've had for like 15 years. Like, you don't look back forever, but the last 15 years, even if their game didn't sell well, people love their games. So I don't think it was a hard decision. Oh, another thing was super interesting, because sometimes I generally really like Herman Holst because he came from, like, whenever I think Herman Holst, I think Killzone 2. Because that was really like when I first learned about him. Obviously, Killzone 2 went through its own controversies, but came out, and I loved it. But what he said was, when he was working on smaller titles, I'm forgetting, it's not Killzone Mercenary, it was like a Killzone Tactics game that was on PC. Say again?
It's not on PC.
Yeah, Liberation. Thank you, Dante.
That was on the PSP.
Yeah, it's on PSP. He contracted out to, my gosh, he contracted out to Housemarque. Say again?
Oh, my bad. I thought you meant Nixxes, but continue.
Oh, not Nixxes. To get this work done. So there is rapport there from over like 15 years ago. And obviously, if I can remember this correctly, it's also in Herman Holst's hometown. So he like bolsters up, a lot of companies, to be honest, let's be very honest, there's a lot of companies in Sony Europe that maybe didn't sell really well. I'm thinking of like Media Molecule, but they're still, very much supported. So it's exciting to see that type of connection is still there. What else was important to me about that interview?
So Housemarque's a Finland studio.
Finland. That's right, because they share the other biggest. Well, they're the longest standing studio that's made a AAA game now. But there's another one there, and they are called. We know them well. What's the name of the other studio that's in Finland? They made Control.
Remedy.
Remedy. Yeah, Remedy. So it was funny. They were asked about. This is a really like anecdotal random. But in Famitsu, they asked them. They said, "You and what's the developer again? I'm sorry, guys. I'm having like a brain fart. Remedy, yeah. You and Remedy are the 2 longest standing devs, and you guys have really done well. What's the culture in Finland that makes you guys so successful? He basically said the weather makes us stay inside and in front of our PCs longer, which I thought was really funny.
Big old bags of weed.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, this explain now why one of the developer from Remedy, I don't know how high he is in the company, but he is like, it it must be a luxury to only develop for one console. They have a relationship with each other.
He did say that.
You're right. Yeah, I did see that tweet.
Yeah.
So that was really, really cool. There was something else I wanted to say, but
Okay,
their next game will be more ambitious, and then they have
ask you
80
this.
employees currently, which is really interesting. So yeah,
I gotta ask you this: what's with Japan, PlayStation Japan and Blue Point? Did they buy them? Did they not buy them? What can you tell me
yeah.
about?
Blue Point made that pretty clear. They're not.
So just for people who are listening and want to know, PlayStation Japan tweeted out a symbol that had Blue Point looking like they had been acquired. And what's it called?
I don't know. They should be acquired by now.
It seemed like an interesting mistake.
Yeah.
And then to Pharaoh's point, like if we're coming from like the no knowledge perspective, to Pharaoh's point, Blue Point changed the description of their company on Twitter, like we're independently funded and owned. So
fully independent, fully funded, fully self-funded.
I'm okay
That's
with
interesting.
conspiracy theorists still believing that Blue Point will be acquired. Like there are a couple little details that bother me, like the Japanese that described the acquisition with the incorrect logo was correctly only describing Housemarque. So it wasn't like there was some clue in there that it was really Blue Point. But the logo itself, to already have Returnal art and Demon Souls art added, seems like a weird mistake to make. Like, you didn't want us to add that, Dev, because we're not buying them at all? Oh, my bad. It's a weird look.
I think the mistake in posting it was that they were in talks to buy Blue Point.
No, you don't make that symbol and then drop it. I don't think so, but
No, I think they already bought them.
Business deals die in the final hours all the
Pharaoh
time.
does make a good point. They probably thought it was going to be sealed by then, and it hasn't yet. So
yeah, business deals die all the time in the final hours. There's no reason that there isn't a possibility that they weren't at the signing table and dude said, I don't feel good about this. I think we're good where we're at.
So you can
last night.
I like the way that you worded that. You said that there isn't a non-zero chance that is true. I do agree with that.
No, there is a chance that didn't happen.
Right.
No, we're in the time of COVID. No one's sitting at tables together.
The Zoom tables, all right.
They were on a virtual table. They were in VR.
What? When you're signing deals for hundreds of millions of dollars,
You're probably gonna do that in person.
You'll let someone cough on you.
I mean that's true. Microsoft did go out to Maryland and go to Bethesda.
Really quick, I do want to touch on Nixes. So Nixes,
what's your take on this? Because I saw shout out to Persona talking about they're making a game, and a lot of people are saying no, they have a specific function. So go ahead, Kofi.
Yes, I know exactly what they're doing.
FC, you and I have had extensive talks about this because we did our like a YouTube videos on this.
XDev and all
the role of Nixes taking a helper role and their technical expertise in making ports of games, to PC or to cloud infrastructure is really, really special. And references to makes me think like Naughty Dog's ICE team, or I'm sure there's some sort of team on at Gorilla that manages the. I'm having brain farts all day, guys.
Yeah, so they helped with Killzone. They push out Killzone 4. I think Shadowfall.
Sony has several support studios.
Nixes.
Right.
Nixes had nothing to do with Killzone.
No.
He's giving an example.
Nixes help pushing out Killzone 3, Shadowfall. So Nixes have on PlayStation.
No, they didn't.
They did. They helped.
I am literally looking at their resume. The published games that they've helped with. I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing Killzone.
Give me a second.
Yeah, I'm not sure
go ahead, Kofi.
It was Nixes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that specific role, like them not necessarily making games and being the help role, I think it's excellent.
So that doesn't bother you where you think they're going to be focusing on not PlayStation?
I don't know if 100% of their energy will be focusing on bringing games to PC. Like, okay, here's this weird dynamic for me being a fan of niche games that are third-party exclusive on PlayStation. If PlayStation isn't careful, they'll continue this trend of some of these niche titles never get ported anywhere, and then they can't be celebrated. Obviously, something like Bloodborne, that's not going to happen. We know Bloodborne's going to come back at some point, right? All the potential money in that, and it being like number one on PlayStation Now and PC and all that.
It'll be Bluepoint who does it though. It's not going to be. It's not going to be.
We know it's coming back. You're right. It could be Bluepoint. But
I wouldn't put too much stock on that.
The idea that Nixes could help with third-party exclusives come to PC and maintain developers' success so that they can continue to make games. Like this, it hurts for me to see a studio, for example, like Level 5, not continue to make Ni no Kuni games because maybe they didn't hit the sales numbers they needed to get like an exclusive that was on PlayStation and have it ported to PC within a time frame that kept them doing that particular activity. I want to see more things like that, or like for Tri-Ace to come back and have that opportunity because they can balance their sales between PlayStation and a PC release. That's really important to me. But not just that, you could bring it to a download service like PlayStation Now, and then there's the opportunity to grow that platform because like being able to download, I don't know, the huge variety of fighting games that are available on PlayStation Now, or multiplayer games that are maybe exclusive, maybe not, like, you know, thinking like a Virtua Fighter or things like this. That's a huge opportunity to me to maintain some of these like smaller titles that just never go anywhere after their release. So that's the way I see it. A huge opportunity, and the maintaining quality. Just looking at the expertise that they've had, I have no reason but to be excited personally.
They've only ever put out, from what I'm looking at and from what I have played of Nixes Software's ports, the only clunker they ever put out was the Kane and Lynch 2 Dog Days port on Windows. Like
okay,
that.
No, I want to say this, and I actually DM'd you guys with the article. Dutch developer Nixes is Sony. Namely, Guerrilla Games, when it shipped Killzone Shadowfall on the PlayStation 4, it also helped out Sony with that. So, Nixes have been supporting PlayStation on the background for a long while now.
But that's like one example you can give, and like I don't like you say help, but I don't know in what capacity.
But
were they
Omar, hold on, Omar, you missed the first sentence of this. It says Dutch developer Nixes is the latest team to join the PlayStation Studio fan, where will serve as a support group for first-party firms like Insomnia.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not
with those words, and given this company's because I'll get into Horace Markey in a minute. I'll take my turn now. Yeah. Like every port they've put out, aside from that one, has been damn near fucking stellar. Shadows of the Tomb Raider, you look at that on PC, that game looks gorgeous. Like goddamn. Rise of the Tomb Raider, same thing. Even Thief, their port of Thief looks great on PC. Like these guys do solid ports. Even like they did the Tomb Raider port. Like the funny thing is, they did the ports for Tomb Raider.
Square Enix company.
Well, yeah, they were. They worked mainly with Crystal Dynamics.
Exactly.
Yeah,
right.
They were mainly contacted with them. Yeah, but they did the ports for Tomb Raider on PlayStation 3, Windows, and PlayStation 4.
Wow.
Yeah, it's these guys who did those ports for those systems. So, because I'm looking at it, all publications are commissioned works for porting to one or more other platforms. All the versions developed by Nixes are given here. And, like, again, I'll just go through the list real quick. Shadow of Kain Soul Reaver, Shadow of Kain Soul Reaver 2, Shadow of Kain Blood Omen, Shadow of Kain Defiance, Project Snowblind, Tomb Raider Legend, Tomb Raider Anniversary, Tomb Raider Underworld, poor bastards. Those poor bastards. Kain and Lynch 2 Dog Days, those idiots. Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light, Deus Ex Human fucking Revolution on PC. These guys ported that thing, and that thing looks fucking amazing on PC. Hitman Absolution. Can't say a bad thing.
So you're super excited by this, Dante.
Dude, what this says
Ghost
to
of
me...
Tsushima PC. Nexus.
No, you know what else? Here's the thing. What you also need to look at is the release dates of a lot of these games. Because if this is hopefully this is heading where I want it to. Because if this is heading where I want it to, if you look at bingo,
Which is
day and date.
what?
Yep.
It's heading towards day and date.
Yep.
This is what this is for.
Yep. That's exactly what it's for.
If that's what I'm hoping for, that is
No,
what I'm
I
hoping
don't think that's
for.
it.
Because a
They
lot
are-
of
okay,
the
what I think they did-
Omar, they would have not hired
No,
a support
no,
studio to
do you know-
port games. They would have
I
just third partied
know.
it.
Okay, look what I believe they bought Nexus for. They
What
bought Nexus for to have them port games that they wanna port to PC, so they don't have other developers like PlayStation. Like for example, you know that debacle with Horizon Zero Dawn on PC.
Yeah, Gorilla.
They don't want a repeat of that. No, this was not on Gorilla. This was on PlayStation having someone else do the porting.
Right.
And then they had Gorilla spent how many months trying to fix that debacle? That fixing
That's
could
true. It
have
could be that too.
easily that fixing could have easily went to Forbidden West. So to prevent another debacle like this, they're like, okay, now this is a company we have worked with before. We're gonna buy them. We're gonna have them port either new games or what I mean by new games, I mean make help by creating remakes or from or PlayStation 3 title, PlayStation 3 title, PlayStation 2 titles, or just port, for example, let's say Uncharted 4 to PC. Instead of having Naughty Dog working on the port and making them waste time when they should be working on the next game, they can have then Nexus work on that port.
True.
And then have Naughty Dog just continue doing their thing. That's
Okay,
basically really what it is.
From everything I'm seeing, the developers of this port were Guerrilla Games. Horizon Zero Dawn was developer Guerrilla. Like from everything I'm seeing, this port for Horizon Zero Dawn was done by Guerrilla.
It was a trash port apparently, so I don't know. I don't know if it was them.
No, the port was not done by Guerrilla.
Who's it done by?
No, they literally said that the port was done by a different studio.
Well,
Was it
they
5A?
would
So
be
what's
on
that
the
studio's
same-
name?
Was that
I
5A?
want to know who
I
did it
didn't
because
see the name.
everything.
I'm
Sorry,
asking you
so
who it is.
yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
want
look
to know
it
who
up.
it is because everything
I think it was
everything
5A.
I'm finding
Nah,
is
I think Omar's
is
right.
I remember
asking who.
PlayStation. I remember same thing. This is not Guerrilla Games port.
because like Guerrilla Games was doing a lot of statements saying they were looking into why the port was so bad. Like that. That's where my confusion is. I'm not seeing like the
Yes,
developers of the port saying anything.
Because it's their game. Their reputation is on the line. So they're the ones that spent so many hours fixing
Porter's
it.
reputation is on the line a lot more because
But
that
it's
means they
not
get
their
more
fault.
business.
Yeah,
Just look at just look at Arkham Knight's port developer for PC. No
Yeah.
one's touching them anymore.
Yeah, you're out of business. at
Yeah,
that point.
like that, like that's like career suicide releasing a port in that state. So
But no, going back to what I said, if this is where I would want it to go, it seems like they're moving towards day and date because Nixus Studios, a lot of the games that they port or do ports for PC come out day and date with the console versions. All of them. Rise of the Tomb Raider came out day and date.
they're saying the same company that did Death Stranding did
Yeah, but the Death Stranding port was
did Horizon.
straight, right?
Yeah,
Good.
the port was
Yeah,
good,
good.
but the Horizon Zero Dawn port was bad. And that's why I
They
think
said, they said
PlayStation-
505 games.
That's what I meant.
But-
505. Yeah, 505. Yeah, I think it was them.
Oh, as I said, I
Wait,
think that's
505. Wait, 505 game. Wait, hold up.
They published the Death Stranding version on PC, so I think. They
Oh,
did
the Death
same.
Stranding version of PC was fucking fire.
Yeah.
But they
Yeah,
published
so,
it.
so no idea why.
But that's what I'm saying. They published it.
Oh, true. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Like that.
I don't know. That's true. That's
Like-
true. They did publish it. Because Sony didn't publish.
Yeah, they're a video game publisher, not a developer. So unless it was one of their subsidiaries, like DR Studios or something, like
yeah, I don't know, because Sony published it on PC, but who's the developer who made it? I don't know.
Like, yeah, that's why I want to know who the developer was of the port. I don't want to know who
They
the publisher
didn't care.
was.
They didn't care. They just said it's not.
It wouldn't have been 505 then.
It would be on the credits. It would be on the credits. Like you get credited for your work.
I don't know, but like anyway, that's we'll find out whether it's day and date or where Omar. Which I think
as far as House Marquee, great for them. I'm really happy for them. Wish them nothing but success. I really think Returnal was their gut check to see if, like I said with Spider-Man and Insomniac, it feels like the Returnal was their gut check to see if Sony saw the potential for growth in them before they purchased them. Where Insomniac, there really was not. They'd already hit their apex anyway.
Yeah.
Apparently, the talk was before Returnal even was the thing.
Most likely because acquisition talks take like a long time.
It takes time.
So this was definitely in play before Returnal. So I think what probably solidified it was the Returnal. Like, all right, they
exactly. It was the gut check.
Let's sign them now.
Yeah, because I mean, you gotta review the company's books and all that, and make sure no funny business is going on. It's not just like.
You know one thing though, they hope they invest in a better QA. Because Jesus Christ. But that's what.
Did you play Returnal?
No, I'm about to play it soon. But I mean, from everyone's that I saw, like that's a lot of bugs. And by the way, Ratchet also has a lot of fucking bugs that nobody fucking talks about. By the way, but I'm gonna leave that alone. Anyone else has
to finish? We could talk about it because I don't think I even talked about it on here.
I heard you talk about it. I had Woody talk about it,
on Ratchet?
Wooly was a little extreme in my opinion, but I understand what he was saying.
Woody went the whole different route with it.
On Ratchet, you talking about Ratchet?
Yeah.
Okay,
my thing is, if you're gonna give developers the accolades and promote them as top tier, you also gotta any type of small shit that happens or glitches or bugs, you also gotta bring it up to them as well.
Yes, I said,
and that's only fair. And so when I'm playing it, after everyone tells me, hold on, Omar, like Insomniac is the GOAT, they're the top tier, and I'm playing it, and I got fucking stuck literally in the first fucking mission. That's an issue. I'm like, come on. I'm like, Insomniac, come on, bro. What is this? And then I get stuck again. I had to restart again. I'm like, all right. I like the game. I don't want to dog shit like developers, but if you put them on a pedestal, just like we did for CD Projekt Red, and we fucking took their knees out to the point where they gotta I don't know, 3D print new legs.
Legs.
You know what I mean? Like Insomniac, you gotta get that smoke too with the
you didn't want to talk about this.
I didn't. But I'm just saying.
The problem with that is you need to experience the bug yourself to know about the bug. Like some people don't even know about the bug.
That's fair.
I know about
bugs in games that you never buy.
That's also true. Omar, that's true.
As well. Like
you do be talking a lot of shit about games you don't play.
You talk about bugs in Cyberpunk. You talk about bugs in a whole bunch of games that you never buy.
No, I never. I said it over and over and over and over again. With Cyberpunk, I don't give a fuck about the bug. I give a fuck. No, listen. I said I give a fuck about the developers hiding the bugs. That's what my biggest problem with it.
What about Valhalla? Because when I had that game, you was talking so much shit about Valhalla. Then I'm like, and then when Spider-Man Miles Morales came out and that shit was buggy to fuck too, you was quiet as hell.
Because I played it and I didn't experience any bugs. That's the thing. When I experience bugs, I call it out.
Didn't you post a video about you being a cone or something? Or was that somebody else?
Sorry?
And then Miles Morales.
You posted a video of somebody else being a cone, and he said it was a cool bug. They should make it a thing.
I don't remember. Coffee,
going through buildings, that's cool too.
I just want to say it to Coffee.
Yes.
He can maybe help me out with this. You have played almost all Insomniac games, right?
Yes.
Okay. The way Ratchet Rift Apart is bugs wise, and the way in Spider-Man Miles Morales bugs wise. I don't think Insomniac was that buggy before the pandemic. Do you
I
think?
see what you're saying. You're saying like it kind of
Now we want to
changed.
say the
Now
pandemic.
we're
When
using
we say the
pandemics as
pandemic,
No, I'm
we-
genuinely asking. I'm genuinely
What?
asking.
Well, I would say for like
I played Sunset Overdrive, and I don't remember
to answer
not
Omar's.
one
I'll
bug.
I'll let you
So you
say
probably
what
right.
you want to say. Just really quick to answer Omar's question. The original Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man, and what's it called? Remake. Ratchet and Clank remake. I did not see as many bugs. To answer your question, in my experience.
But my only thing with Omar, it's not anything about what we call him, is that we talked about the impact that COVID had, the pandemic had on development of certain games, and he had no sympathy.
He
But now
really
he
don't,
wants to have
bro.
sympathy.
Yeah, and I still don't have sympathy.
Now he wants to show.
No,
he wants to show
I'm not
Insomniac
def-
grace.
I just
I'm
swear to
not
God,
defend-
Returnal
no,
better not have a crash
no,
on me.
no,
they're
no,
smaller. I'll
no,
give him
bro,
I'll give him a
you
slight.
know my Returnal
Bro,
story. I got videos.
you're assuming something. I never said I'm forgiving Insomniac for it. I was even going to say I would have wanted Insomniac to stop glorifying them, saying we didn't crunch and then release this buggy mess. That's part one. Part two, don't even release that shit and fix it before release it. I've been always consistent
They need to
when
slow down. They're making too many
don't release
games.
stuff
Too many
that is
games.
buggy. I don't care how long you need to
Carry
take
Naughty
before you
Dog's
read the
dead
bug.
weight.
That's not buggy. Just make sure your game is not buggy and release it. End of story.
They wouldn't have to release these games so fast if Naughty Dog would just drop Factions.
You know who doesn't really
Stop worrying about Last of Us original
Oh.
remaster.
You said who? Nintendo?
Remake. I will correct you.
Remake,
Yeah, true.
remaster. Oh, they already
All right,
remastered it, so yeah, they got to remake it now. They already remastered.
We got to get the hell out of here, man. We'll see. Well, kudos to Housemarque, man. I'm glad they got picked up because then that means their next game, hopefully, it's Returnal 2.
No, they said they want to
It's
do
going to be more ambitious than
something
Returnal.
better than Returnal.
More, okay, well, fair enough. We'll see, man. They got
Careful,
the bag.
Icarus.
They got the bag now, so we'll see. But hopefully, like I said, QA, man, invest in QA. Anyone else have any last thoughts before we close this out, man? Jube.
I just,
Yeah, I'll let Farrell go, and then I'll close out.
All right,
that's fine.
I was just saying, I think it's great that the PC, you don't need any console anymore. You need a PlayStation or Xbox. PlayStation bought Nixus. You're gonna be getting your day and date.
If it goes day and date, I pray it does.
I'm telling you, within the next 6 months, you're gonna see a hiring spree at Nixus. I guarantee you.
6 months, you hear it first. If it's not 6 months, day and date, go out the Pharaoh's knees.
I'm still waiting. I am still waiting.
I said there's gonna be a hiring spree.
I am still waiting on Pharaoh saying Microsoft gonna buy Square Enix. I'm still waiting on that. I am also still waiting. I am also still waiting on Final Fantasy VII Remake being day one on Game Pass. I'm still waiting on that.
Damn.
Yeah, that will happen.
Pharaoh, he's going after your knees, bruh.
Yeah, but I never said that they were gonna buy Square Enix. I said that they were a target.
No, you said they're gonna buy them. You literally
I said they want to buy them. I said they want to.
I gotta have Jube's last take on this before we go ahead, Jube.
There we go.
Yeah, like obviously Housemarque was a very good get. Like they finally, I didn't think they needed to do as much as they needed to do to get purchased. Because they're Metacritic gold. Regardless of my issues with Returnal, and I do have issues with it. There are other games I did enjoy, like Super Stardust and shit on like the Vita and stuff. So, I thought that was a solid get. And then as far as Nexus, we can only assume what they're gonna do with that. But a studio that focuses in porting games to PC, day and date might not be that far into the future. Even if it's not. As a Sony person, you have to kind of come to grips with the fact that your games aren't going to be as exclusive as you like to think they are, because they're going to come out on PC at some point. So,
it's what it is, man. Enjoy where you like to play.
Play where you want to and where you can afford to play, and call it good. There you go.
There it is.
Get your 3090s.
If you could get them,
I fucking I
you-
want
you-
one.
Apparently, there's 120 million high-end PCs out there somewhere
nah,
that all
shit.
belong to Sony fans. You
Man.
know, you saw my pen tweet. There's everybody has a high-end PC till they don't.
Yeah.
I was
I
kind
don't. I
of
used
kind
to.
of stuck
Not
by
anymore.
the retweeted crap that fucking SC put out.
Which one did
The PC playing. I ain't paying $70 for a goddamn for a game, and then it shows the PC underneath with them shilling out the money. It's like that misses the mark on so many fucking levels. Why?
I mean, yeah, but also, I will. Yeah, you want to get the best rig, man. It is what it is. But
No, that's perfectly fine. But I ain't paying $70 for a half-baked game with pump full of microtransactions that they're gonna make $7 billion on.
And then
Like
you gotta buy
fucking
the
GTA.
director's cut the next year.
That's a whole nother argument, man. Let's not get to it. I don't want Omar to have an aneurysm. All right, so let's close this out, man. Dante, where people find you, my G?
People can find me. Okay, first of all, let's see if people can guess where the fuck I am by the end of my outro.
Hold on, let me see. Jubei, where's he at? Because you and Zero seems to be getting it. Let me blow his thing up real quick. Where is this?
Where is this man's? This looks mad familiar, but where?
Okay, well, while these guys are thinking on this and
go
hurting
ahead.
their brains, you can find me at Dante Crisis on Instagram, Twitter, and the Dante Crisis on Facebook. You can find me at Dante Crisis on Twitch, YouTube, DLive, OnlyFans, and coming soon to a bookstore near you as well. And if you happen to enjoy my content or already follow me, you can also check out my Teesprings and Patreon as well, which with FC's blessing, I will post in chat.
Yes, sir, man. Follow my dude, man.
Anybody figured it out yet?
This guy, Dante Crisis, he streams every day, Twitch and YouTube. Just go subscribe. Like, that's what he does. Like, he's on here every day grinding. Go support the man.
Yes, sir, man.
And I wouldn't be up
follow
all
my
night
guy.
fucking grinding out fucking videos to put up. Okay.
And by the way, congratulations to England for making the semifinals, by the way.
Yes, I know. Shockingly, the only time I give a shit about football is when we're in the semi-finals of either the UEFA Cup or the fucking World Cup. Okay, has anybody figured it out?
Is it a Dark Souls?
Nope.
I'm out.
Zero's out. Zero's out. Who's
I don't
next?
know. I'm getting like a
I was gonna say.
I don't know. I want to say Devil May, but that's not Devil May Cry. I don't know what it is.
It's not Devil May.
No, it ain't no damn Devil May Cry.
Well, I mean, it's like
Doki Doki
demonic.
Literature Club?
Yeah, it ain't. I don't know. Gears maybe, but it's not that either.
Nope.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Gears.
I don't know,
Oni
man.
I
Chambara?
don't know.
What is it, man?
This is Sentinel Prime from Doom Eternal.
Oh, I don't.
Ooh, I would have never gotten it.
I never played Doom.
Yeah.
Nope.
So,
I never played Doom Eternal, so you know.
I haven't beat that game, so I haven't made it there yet.
there it is.
Oh, looks
See,
nice.
y'all just been waiting for the Xbox update with that ray tracing.
Yeah, you're right. You damn sure. You damn.
Didn't that already
Yeah.
come out? Didn't the
Yeah, it's already out.
for
Yeah, it's out.
I got to download it. People have been playing
Yeah.
it now, so I mean, my computer can't do ray tracing. That's the reason why I ain't played it. But anyway, Pharaoh.
I don't know whether you could.
No, not with
Man,
the
you
80.
can find me on Twitter at Pharaoh
1080.
Bizarre, and for all the gaming stuff, hit me up on Twitter and we can game.
Yes, sir. And when he says that means just Madden. Jubei.
Destiny.
Yo. Yeah, you can find me at Jubei Sensei on Twitter, Jubei X Sensei on gaming platforms. I'm going through my backlog right now, and that backlog happens to include My Hero Academia
Sure.
One's Justice, and One's Justice 2 was the next thing on the menu.
I would
Yes, sir.
I would kill for somebody to actually finish A Way Out with me.
Well,
This is true. I should do
You know
that.
what?
Go look at
You know-
Kobe.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
Omar.
Hey, yo, send me that friend code real quick.
Hold on,
Hold on,
Omar.
that-
Hold on.
Well,
I
it's
have
on
a
Game
question.
Pass, so me
Omar.
and you, we're good.
What do they
Oh,
call?
is it
like,
on Game Pass now?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
on
think
Game.
so.
It's on Game Pass Ultimate.
EA.
Okay.
Omar, what do they call like lawyers and stuff in like in Netherlands? I know like they call it barristers in England, right? So what do they call them in Netherlands?
Lawyers?
Yeah, what do they call them?
Thing is, lawyers is an advocate.
I can't pronounce
He's like
that.
a
Fuck.
he's
Whatever.
Like
Easy.
he's like a combination. He's like a
Advocate.
combination of like a lawyer, guard dog, knight.
I was gonna say.
Advocat. Easy.
All right. You say how you say it? Apricot.
Ad. Advocat.
Dutch lawyer Omar, man. Where people find you, my G?
Yeah, you gotta add that to your Twitter profile.
I'm about to-
You are definitely.
It's advocat.
Wait, he's a lawyer?
Advocat.
But people will genuinely believe I'm in law. That was funny.
FC, you still got me blown up, by the way.
People can find me at what's called Caravan
Oh, shit, my bad.
Jab on Twitter. And find me playing this game, Immortal Phoenix Rising, which I actually recommend if you're a fan of
Oh, God.
games that test your skill.
There you go. Advocat Omar. That's what's up.
His accent made it sound like he said penis.
I got this shit. All right. And Reggie, where can people find you, my G?
Sorry.
As always, guys, it's been a blast. 0x like Xerox, 386, pretty much anywhere. Of course, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify, Podbean. Anywhere you listen to a podcast, people talk about how bad the Snyder Cut was. Like, you can find us there.
Fucking guy.
You went there.
4 fucking hours.
It was fucking great. Worth every 4 hours imaginable. All right.
Speaking of a movie that's worth every hour imaginable, Fast 9 is a fantastic movie.
Oh, I'm gonna see it on Friday.
Kidding me?
Everyone-
Don't spoil it.
Patron?
Stop. Don't do
Yeah.
it. Don't
Are
do
you
it.
fucking kidding? Zero I hope you're
I might go watch it then.
Don't do it. Yeah,
I want to see Dom defend his family, catch cars, fight dinosaurs.
He does it every
Whatever he's
freaking
gonna
I'm gonna go see it on Friday.
Dom
Yes.
Dom is a
We'll see
fucking
it.
Mario of Fast and Furious. That's what I'm gonna say. Anyway, man.
It's just a superhero movie, but give us a like, comment, and subscribe. Tell us your favorite Fast and Furious movie. Mine is Fast 5. It's fantastic. And
He has a much
Yeah.
better character development arc than Batman, by the way.
You
And
guys-
Superman.
these fucking Marvel stands are pissing me off, man. Anyway, Zero's favorite Fast and Furious is Tokyo Drift. I don't care. Hey, Kofi, where people find you?
Guys, you can find me at creative_Kofi on Twitter. Yo, the end of this year is really exciting for gaming, guys. We got Tales, we got Trails, we got some new IPs, and then hopefully I'm going to be participating in a fan translation for the new Trails game. And then what else is there's a bunch of crazy stuff. We got Lost Judgment. I mean, it's going to be a great fall/winter time. We should
Saga
all be so
Frontier.
excited. Oh yeah, Saga
and-
Frontier, Mana, Legend of Mana. So great stuff, guys. I'm so excited.
So many games.
Yes, sir. And always, you already know what this is, FC Violent. I appreciate you guys checking out the show. If you are new, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button so we get more engagements.
And, Zero, tell them where they can find us.
He already did that. See, this what happens. This what happens when you've been on vacation to Bahamas and all those fancy places, man. We can't afford vacations like you, motherfucker. Anyway,
I was waiting to hear him say the other reference that he said in the DM, so I didn't hear it, didn't catch me. So
gotcha.
I don't remember what I said in the DMs. Oh,
Anyway, we got to go. You already know what it
the
is.
hub.
Oh, he's talking about the hub. All right, man. This is a Christian podcast. Anyway, we are out of here. And a Muslim one too with Omar. And always keep it gaming, man. Be easy. Peace.
Late.
I'm on the outside looking in.